Kate Borland will now talk to you about public housing.
Thanks everyone for being here today. I'm actually wearing a few different hats. I'm not only a single parent, I'm one of the success stories of being a single parent and escaping a relationship that was a very abusive relationship that's still abusive to this day. I'm a single mother of 2 children, a 12-year-old son and a 9-year-old daughter. I started a university degree on a single parenting pension and was able to finish that university degree because of public housing. The single parenting pension allowed me to do these things. It allowed me to leave the relationship. It allowed me to go back to university to be able to impart what I've learnt in the communities that I work in. I am a nutritionist in the drug and alcohol sector. Through doing my university degree, I'm now lucky. The hours I work are within school hours. I get to dictate what days I work and how many hours I work per day. Last year we won an award, a national award for the treatment in drug services and excellence in drug services and treatment. That program, the nutrition side of it, I wrote, and every time I go to work, I am honest. I say, I am a living example of what and how you can change your life and live to tell the truth. I had to work with a group of people this week, and I was working with a new staff member because we're about to start a forensic program, the same program that I've already been doing. The worker has come from the Salvation Army, and I'm no one to criticise, but I knew she was gobsmacked when she heard me speak to that group, because I told them the truth. I told them honestly about what I'd been through, and that I was no different, and I was not standing there to lecture them or to tell them what to do. But I was standing there because I was proud of where I'd come from and how I'd managed to change the things that I'd been through in my life. Through being a single parent, I was also able to become housed in public housing. When I first moved into public housing, I was embarrassed and ashamed. We lived right near the school. I used to push my kids out the door, down the stairs as the parents in Mercedes-Benz drove past, looking at us as if you live in public housing. I'm now standing here today, the proudest public housing tenant that you will ever meet. Public housing is a beautiful place to live. It is a community, and it means that my son this week goes to Canberra with the school, carrying my Save Public Housing banner to say to the politicians in Canberra that public housing, we need to attain it. It is currently in the position where it is being privatised. Public land is being given away. We are seeing it given away at a rate of knots. Public homes, public properties given away, privatised. Where have we seen privatisation work in Australia? Can anyone tell me where it's worked? It does not work. It just means that the big corporations are going to make more money off our hard-earned dollars. The single parenting pension, the fact that it's been lost today, is an absolute disgrace. Women should be allowed to live and be looked after. Since when did this world change? Since when were women allowed to not feel safe? Women are not feeling safe as single parents, single fathers. I'm not saying it's just a single women issue. It is a single male issue as well. Single fathers, many beautiful males today. Stand up. We all need to look after each other. I am not listening to what Canberra's telling me anymore, what America is telling me, how we're turning back the refugees, how we're privatising everything. I think it is a shame and a disgrace. And I think that everybody that's got breath in their body needs to start getting out and speaking out. If you have got something that you have struggled through, depression keeps us locked indoors. Why are we staying locked indoors? Because no one is there to look after us. All the services are closed down. Public housing's now being handed over to the not-for-profit sector. Men in suits, property developers that are building housing off the NRAS scheme from the government. They are given money to build community and social housing. This community and social housing, you have to be on a low income to even get a look in. $50,000 a year you have to earn before you will be eligible to be housed. It is ridiculous and it is crazy what's going on. We need to retain public housing. Every single party supports the community and social housing sector. We now have a terminology in which in Western Australia social housing is called public housing. This is going through in the media. This is a complete and utter lie. Social housing is not public housing. Public housing is owned and maintained by the government. We pay taxes. Tenants pay taxes for their homes. If you've lived in a public housing property for 30 years, you have paid off a mortgage as far as I'm concerned. Your rent has paid a mortgage on that property. And yet we are seeing tenants living in fear, being told that that rental doesn't amount to nothing. If you have 2 bedrooms, you should be living in 1 bedroom. What about the politicians that have holiday houses? They pay to go on holidays every year. What about the people that are working hard that have none of this? They are there supporting the system that is saying that they have no rights. Here is the folder with everything, my university degree, my counselling, my public housing tenancy, my job descriptions, the letters I wrote that I was sent back to myself 2 years later. How are you going to change your life? What are you going to do? It's all here in this folder. My children are proud of me. I'm proud of everybody I work with. I don't care what colour you are, where you come from, you're part of my community in Australia. This country is going to wreck and ruin. We need to stop this now. We all need to stick together. It's the only way. Start looking after your community, everybody. Do live in hope. Do not watch the television with all the bad news. Start acting rather than living shut down with fear. I believe in hope and I have it, and that's what I act from. Every single thing I do is from hope. So I'd like to say, beautiful to hear Bianca, beautiful to hear everyone speaking here today. Kerry's worked on this tirelessly since it happened at Christmas. I get no support from the government anymore. As I say, I'm lucky. I share the money I've got. If I can give it away, that's what I do. Money means nothing. It doesn't buy us happiness, but it buys our children the same things that the rich people can have for their children.